Hey guys, I guess I'm supposed to say Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. How the hell you gonna come up with a new name for the people in the country that you stole? How about that? Well, we're not gonna get into that right now. Right now I want to talk about something. I was talking to some people this morning and we were discussing grief. Grief. Now grief and loss, it goes together, grief and loss. And we're not just talking about when someone dies. We're also talking about those situations when someone is separated from the thing they love, or the thing they want, or the thing they have. And that goes for things, people, and places. Family, loss, grief. There's a process. There's a process. And this starts off kind of strange and it ends kind of strange. But you just need to understand it's a process. So first thing happens when there's a loss and you're experiencing grief is that you become angry. Most of us will say, I remember when my brother got killed, I got so pissed off at God. I'm like, what? What? How could you? How could you do that to me? Then after you get through being angry, and trying not to believe in the spiritual being that's in charge of all things and has a reason for all things, then the next thing you experience is guilt. Okay. Either I love this thing too much or I didn't love it enough. Could I have done more? Could I have stopped the winds of time? Hell no, you can't do nothing about it. Every experience you have is destined or divine in itself. And there's a lesson to be learned from every experience. And you should look for it. Because if you don't look for it, you're going to miss it. You're going to really miss it. The blessing that's in there. The knowledge that's in that experience that you're having. Anyway, so there's the third stage. Finna draw a blank here. There's a third stage in the grief process. I'm lost it now, but anyway, it ends up, I'll come back to it. It's gonna come to me. You know, I've been on my little vape pen this morning trying to calm my nerves. I got a card. Oh, I'm so happy. They gave us marijuana medical cards. I am legal. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, your grief process goes into a stagnant kind of phase, and then the next thing you experience is depression. Yeah, depression is, you think you're depressed when you first experience loss or grief. No, that's not depression. That's anger. Then you get depressed. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have lost this thing. I have lost this person. I can't go on. Oh my God, I don't want to go on. Stop that shit. That's the devil. That's the devil talking to you about you don't want to go on. Okay? Or you can't live without. The Lord provides. The Lord provides. Okay? So if he took it, you didn't need it. How about that? Anyway, after you go through all this great depression, you know, the old people used to say the darkest hour is before the dawn. That last phase of grief is acceptance. Don't feel guilty about accepting the fact that you have lost something. Don't feel guilty about people dying. You're not in charge. You can't control things. So you have to accept the situation, get the lesson out of it that you're supposed to learn, or you can even reflect on whatever you've lost. If it's a person, like when I lost my brother, loved him for the 4 years I got to know him. We'll tell you that story later on at another time. But my brother was a street guy. He was in the streets. And what you put out, you get back. I'm sorry. You can't get away. What you put out, you will definitely get back. If you want an example, cut somebody off in traffic and see if on up the road you get cut off. It just happens like that. That's the universe. That's what happens. You create a wave, and a wave is coming back. But anyway, once you get to the acceptance phase of grief and loss, that is when you start redeveloping your psyche. You've had a psychological change. And you need to understand that change that has taken place as a result of that grief and work with it. Never give up. Never give up. I mean, I could have gave up a bunch of times. I mean, I started trying to kill myself like about age 12. But then God intervened. So I'm going to take some rat poison and swallow it down with some milk. Oh boy, that lets you know it was not my time. I got pissed off at God because he wouldn't take me because I thought I was just suffering way, way, way too much to not have done anything that I could see deserved it. Oh, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed like a big dog. But the Lord just let me go on and be pissed. He wouldn't let me die. And he has since in my life done great things. Great things that I want to witness to. Great things that caused me to start this podcast in the first place. We need some real talk. We don't need to be covering up shit like, oh, that's it's okay, baby. You're going to be all right. You may not be all right. You may be different. That's what you need to look for, being different. So with that, even though we're not in Corliss's home place, you're at Corliss's place. I would love to hear from you. I would like you to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for my faithful followers. I found I had some, and it is so encouraging. It's so encouraging. We need more real talk. All right? I better drive because I got a dump truck behind me. Love y'all.